Hello and welcome. My name is Drew Poling. I'm a building decarbonization specialist with the climate change program at the Maryland Department of the Environment. And in this video on the county identification tool, I'm going to share some useful tips and tricks to fix any unmatched addresses. This video continues where the introduction to the county identification tool video left off. So if you're unfamiliar with the tool, please go back and watch that introductory video from this series, which is linked in the video description below. And so diving right in today, I'm going to quickly recap on what we talked about in the previous video regarding the county identification tool. So as you can see here on my screen, we have already geocoded the test data set we've got. And you can see the results here. We have 195 matched of the 200 total addresses, leaving 5 unmatched addresses. And today, I'm going to share some tips and tricks for identifying the issue with those 5 unmatched addresses and getting it so your data set can be 100% matched. So what are the reasons that an address may come back without a match from the county identification tool? Well, first, an address may have a misspelled street or city name. Some addresses might also have contradictory city and zip code information. And then finally, some addresses will come back without a match because they don't rely on the preferred USPS postal city for a given zip code. And I'm going to walk through how to fix each of those examples. And so to dive into those unmatched addresses, we're going to go ahead and save our file by clicking Save to CSV. Now I've actually gone ahead and already done this. And here we have the data downloaded from the county identification tool. And it has those 7 columns that were added here on the left-hand side. Of these, we're actually only interested in the county column. So we can clean things up a little bit, make it a little bit easier to read by deleting these 6 columns on the left. And now I'm just going to resize. And then the last thing I want to point out is the delivery date here, actually, rather than the short date we had before. Now we've now got this number. And this is actually how Excel stores date information. So we can revert this back to the short date format that we're more accustomed to by highlighting the column and then clicking on the number format short date. And now that's reverted back to a more friendly layout. With that done, let's go ahead and add a filter to our county data. And this is how we are going to be able to dig in a little bit more to those unmatched addresses. So we can do that by highlighting the top row, going over here to the editing section, clicking on sort and filter, and clicking on the filter button. So now these drop-down bars have been added to our top column, and we want to go over to county and just deselect all and isolate just the unmatched addresses we have. So one way that is quite useful to sorting through the unmatched addresses is actually comparing them to the rest of the data set as a whole, particularly for any sort of spelling errors or contradictory information. This is going to be the best way to get a quick gut check on if your address might be listed incorrectly. So go ahead and highlight these cells, and we're going to fill them in yellow. And then we're going to pull in the rest of our data by going to county again and clicking select all. And so to make it easy to compare those 5 unmatched addresses to the rest of the data set, we can sort things by zip code. So we'll go largest to smallest for this. And now we're just going to work through one by one on those 5 addresses. And we've got our first one here. So we've got 1324 London Town Boulevard. We have it listed as Baltimore, Maryland, 21784. However, if we look at some of the other address information we have, a number of the rest of the addresses in 21784, the zip code, are actually from Sykesville. And so I think this is a case of contradictory address data. And we can go ahead and update our city from Baltimore to Sykesville And you can just confirm this is correct by a quick Google search on the zip code. But with that, we can move on to our next address. And here we've got 7430 Hindleton Circle in Windsor Mill, Maryland. So we've got several addresses from Windsor Mill. And actually, a number of them are on Hindon Circle. And comparing that to our address here, it looks like we might just have a typo. I think this is going to be a quick and easy correction. So we can move this back to Hindon Circle. Again, you want to just double check via Google Maps to make sure that any changes to the address you're making are in fact correct. But now we've corrected 2 of our unmatched addresses, and we can go on to our final 3. Okay, and so here with this last grouping, they're actually all in Timoniums. And unfortunately, we don't have any other addresses that are in the same city or the same zip code, it looks like. So we're going to have to try a different approach for these 3. And one thing that can be quite useful is actually going through the USPS zip code lookup tool. So you can pull that up on my screen, and we're going to look up 21093 to make sure that the city we have here, Timonium, matches the zip code. So here we've got the USPS look up a zip code tool, and we want to look up cities by zip code. And our zip code was 21093. Go ahead and click find. And so now we have a recommended city name of actually Lutherville, Timonium, so a little bit more specific there. And this might be that third case I mentioned at the beginning of the video where the county identification tool is actually having error because we're not relying on the recommended city name. So we're just going to update our city to Lutherville, Timonium on our data set and see if that fixes the error. And because each of these addresses have the same issue with Timonium being the city listed, we can just drag down Lutherville, Timonium in the city. And now we can go ahead and check our updated data set back in the county identification tool to see if we've in fact corrected all of the errors. To do that, the one thing I want to do before uploading it to the tool is actually deleting this county column. The county identification tool is not actually going to override any columns that are uploaded to it, so we need to get rid of the previous county data. I'm going to go ahead and click delete here. And now we can check this to see if we get, in fact, 200 matched addresses. So let's go back to the county identification tool, and we can scroll up to the top to choose another file. So we're going to click on choose file there. And I'm going to go to my test data set that I am just working on. And so that's been uploaded here. Again, you've got the object ID field that was added. Just like in the previous video, we want to make sure our address, city, state, and zip code all match the proper column. And then we also want to make sure multi-field address is once again selected. Once all of that's confirmed, we can go ahead and click geocode and then scroll to the bottom. And now we are actually getting 200 matched addresses of our total 200 address data set. So with all of that, I want to say thank you for joining me today on this quick demonstration of some tips and tricks for working through any unmatched addresses you get from the county identification tool. If you have any other questions, please do feel free to reach out to us at our Clean Heat email address or give us a call at our Clean Heat phone number. Both the email address and phone number are listed in the video description below. Additionally, you'll want to make sure you're registered to our heating fuel provider mailing list, and the information to join that heating fuel provider listserv is also listed in the video description. And with all that, thanks again. Have a great rest of your day.